Welcome back, Guardians. Whoops. Whoa. Hello. Okay, I think we're recording voice now. Hey, guys. Welcome back. Um, yeah, I did an earlier rant about Comic Con for some stupid reason. I just got on that tangent. So I deleted that one, took it down. But yeah, just for context. But anyway, I got this really cool brainstorm um, about weapon rewards and making things like Vanguard strikes not feel like such a fucking grind anymore. I just got done watching the Raid Shadow Legends interview with Celia Scratch. AK was the interviewer. He's one of the content creators for the community. He has really great videos on the meta of the game and the psychology behind player choices and stuff like that. It's really cool, really good stuff. You should go check it out. But anyway, so she was talking about because it came up about the idea of being able to speed up content that a player has already proven to be successful in. And now you have to understand, Raid Shadow Legends is a full-on app game. It is driven by its in-game app purchases, and it plays on FOMO, and it plays on pay to win, and I'm not opposed to those models because it is player aware, player beware. And Raid does nothing about hiding these mechanics, these features in their game, because you can't get to the main screen without at least 3 ads popping in your face. Um, and almost every single time you leave an activity, you come back to the Bastion, which is their home screen, like our director here in Destiny, and there's like at least 1 or 2 ads that you'll have to thumb through. But BFD, you just fucking click away from them. They can be frustrating and annoying if you're crunching time and stuff like that. But that was one of the things that they were talking about was adding some kind of a speed run feature to Clan Boss, which is like their biggest chunk of time that goes, well, that and Hydra, which is still in the Clan Boss tab. They have the Demon Lord and then they have the Hydra. And these things, they grind out, because these monsters, they are played in concert with the rest of your clan if you're a part of a clan in the game, which of course pretty much everybody does. It's kind of silly not to because there's a lot of benefits in it. But anyway, so the weekly clan boss efforts with the Hydra, the Demon Lord, will take up a massive chunk of the player's time. You can't do anything else in the game. You can't even go in and and fiddle with your inventories if you're in the middle of a fight that's running on autopilot. Just put the game down and go do some chores or read a book or watch some YouTubes or whatever. Um, and I've heard of people taking time as much as like I think it's like a 15 minutes or 30 minutes is like the most that you can spend in there before it actually just says okay, you're done. Um, but yeah, so offering a feature that if you've beaten the boss or you've done X amount of turns with X amount of damage. Um, to the boss with this particular team, then the game will take an average of what you've got for that. And you got to be careful about that because there is a lot of RNG in there. There's some dice rolling in the background that determines whether or not especially if you're playing autopilot. But even so, there's dice rolling with your champion is able to land a critical hit or not. Um, so yeah, there's discussion going on right now in the community and the developers about doing something with clan bosses to give them the opportunity for you to like spend to skip a key. Basically, you spend a key, which would duplicate the run that you already did. So you'd have to establish some kind of a metric already, and then you could spend the key to basically auto duel, and then you can complete it. So you would babysit your team for one run, and then you could like pop extra keys afterwards to do more to get the same. And I thought that was a really cool idea, and I liked that idea. Um, I never could understand what it was about modern video games, or yeah, modern video games and app games. They're the same thing. Um, where it feels like they're doing everything they can to keep the player in the game playing, and then it dawned on me, like I said so many times before, because they're not products anymore; they're services, and the only way a service makes money is if you're using the service, and if you stop using the service, you're not generating any interest for investors, which is where the real money of this whole industry comes from. The money that studios make aren't from you buying stuff in the game. It's not. It's not about how many downloads are done or how many keys are sold. It's about who's investing in it. It's really kind of interesting when you think about it. It's the same as the stock market. What you're showing the investors is the number of hours that your game has earned in a week's worth of operation, because that's more important than how many players are logged on. If you got 1,000 players playing every day, which is like pennies, I don't know. Go argue semantics with me in the go for it. Have a one-way discussion with yourself. Enjoy that. Anyway, if you have 1,000 players logging in a day, but they're only putting in at the total 500 hours, that's not going to be as important as 500 players putting in 1,000 hours. And that's, you understand what I'm saying? It's that they would much rather have 500 players putting in 1,000 hours than 1,000 players putting in 500 hours, because that's how it's measured. I mean, if you look at things like what is it right now? Oh, somebody was talking about Halo. There we go. Shortly after Halo went with the microtransaction model, players just basically abandoned the game. Where they were actually having so many, they were so crowded that they had to have people waiting in queues to get into the game. Now it's like they're barely getting 4,000 players a day. And like I said, I understand the scalability here. Like the first week of the new season in Destiny, you will end up having to wait in a queue more than likely. And I know that I wait in the queue because I'm a free-to-play player. Since I'm not buying the expansion, since I'm not buying the season passes, I don't spend any silver, basically. They're going to put me at the back of the line as opposed to somebody who's dropped the $200 for the deluxe annual edition, because they like annuals. And I'm okay with that. I accept that. That is fine with me. Pay for access, pay for privilege, pay for progress, that kind of stuff. That's fine. If you've got the money and this is your hobby and this is what you want to do, fucking A, go for it. I would just like it if there was a way to separate the pay-to-wins from the free-to-plays, because I don't believe that beating minnows to a kraken improves the kraken's perception of their investment. Because most of these people who pay to win, they're hyper-competitive to begin with because they're paying for it. They want to win. But they're not. I don't think they'd really be all that interested in the win if they knew that their $300 account is going up a $0 account. That's like I walk outside and I crush a line of ants, which of course I do. I don't unless that line of ants is going into my house. But you know what I'm saying. Who wants to fight a paper tiger, and does that really make you feel good? And if it does, then I have to question you. I have questions for you. But in any case, so I was thinking about incentivizing resets. I am not much of an ornament collector. I don't really care too much about the ornament. When I reset my vendor ranks, it's mostly about being able to get slightly better gear, because you do get a higher chance of getting an extra perk row. Oh my god, can I fucking be dominated by the landscape anymore? Jeez, man. I know this guy's a free to play because he's only still ranked 6. Yeah, that's kind of shit too. But anyway, so I was thinking, what would be kind of fun is if there was if like when you reset your rank at the vendor, that the vendor gun, which I don't have on my inventory right now, instead of getting an ornament, you get the chance to change one of the perks, or you get a mod that is specific to that gun that allows you to you get to basically grow the abilities of the gun. Every time you reset the vendor rank with that weapon, you have the option to retool it, kind of like crafting, but you get to re-roll it. And there was a feature like this in Destiny 1 with the gunsmith, where he would give you weapons that you were trying to uh, that you would level up, and then they would become you know, something better, and then you could re-roll them. And I know that crafting is really cool and everything like that, but it would be kind of fun if you could have something that would encourage you to reset your vendor rank and play the missions more, you know, other than this crafting. I don't know, just a random thought I had out there. It was kind of fun. But anyway, that being said, that's about all I got to say, really. Kind of rattled on a little bit. Too many segues. Anyway, thanks for stopping by.